Hey, thanks for coming by Tori Magoo 44. I'm very happy that you did. I've got a few things to tell each of you guys. I'm just doing my timer again. One of these days I'll get it. Okay, so first of all, good job yesterday. You guys did an excellent job. We had a really good picket here in Los Angeles, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. And I've heard from many people around the world. It was an excellent day yesterday. There were some very weird things that happened with the Church of Scientology, and shame on all of you guys. Here in Los Angeles, they had a giant screen up with Tom Cruise blasting, and whenever we do any media interviews, they would blast up the music. It's like, what kind of a church does that, right? We're trying to do an interview, and they're blasting up the music. It's like, oh, because of your party, with the 30 people that were at the party, right? Yeah, sure. Okay, so there you go on that. That was a little bit awkward. Then they decided to pull out one of the anonymous people's, their name, their phone number, their address. Had it on a sign. They were in an anonymous mask. They're walking around. That is disgusting, Scientology. I'm going to tell you where the rubber meets the road on this for anonymous. I went over and talked to a policeman, and I said, look, that's not right. He said, it's free speech. They can do it. He said, but I will tell you this. If there's any threats on that guy, you come tell me, and I will get that sign down. I said, all right. And I said, do you know why they're here? And he said, no. And so I told him. And at the end, he was like, good, keep going. All right. Okay, so there's that. Now, about a half an hour later, I talked to some of the anonymous kids. And it turned out there were 2 Scientologists who'd gone up to this gentleman and said, you better watch out, because we're after you, we're going to get you, and we're going to get your buddy. Now that's a threat right there. So if they had come and told me or the police, mainly go to the police, just go, that's what I'm telling everybody, wherever you are, if they come around and say those kind of things, go tell the policeman, make a report, okay? That's what they're doing on you. You've got to learn how to play their game, okay? It's like chess. And Scientology plays hard. When they get into this kind of a thing, they do. I've been in their legal courtrooms. So have some other people. We aren't part of Anonymous. We're friends of Anonymous. Some of us are SPs who were in Scientology, like myself. Some people are critics. But we've been around it enough. We know how they... I mean, I do for sure, because I was in their courtroom with a number of different things. I mean, David Mayo, they followed around for, I don't know, a couple of years, taking photographs, getting his phone records, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was not cute to see. I was like, it was the first time I went, oh my God, these guys are at church? Yeah, it was like a little weird for me, and I was in. But I always liked David Mayo because he kind of helped me with something having to do with my medical condition. And so for me, it was like, what is this? But that's the way it went down. For you all that picketed, that was fantastic. You have a right to picket. You have a right to free speech. Jeff Jacobson, if you ever type in his name in Google, has an excellent write-up on how to do Gandhi peaceful pickets. And it's a great way to do it, because once you're peaceful, there's not a lot they can ever arrest you for, because we have a right, per our Constitution, which I read you the other night, to peacefully picket, right? But as soon as you do anything that they can trump up, they will. You can count on it. Just think about it this way. If Scientology can turn it into something, they will. And Scientology, I want to ask you, what kind of a religion do you know that does that? None. That's the answer. And that's why people call you a cult. Because you are not a religion, you are not religious, you are not compassionate. These are young people, most of them. Some are all different ages, but a lot of them are young people who have a right to free speech. They are not hurting Heber gents. When I was in Scientology, we were all like, what happened to Heber? We hadn't seen him in years. We were like, did he get RPF? Is he locked up? What happened to him? Did he die? We didn't know. Now, all of a sudden, you drag him out from mothballs, God knows where. And Heber, you know I love you as a person, individually. I knew him a million years ago, and he was a fun guy. He came in with his long hair and his guitar and sang Old Blue, and he was a fun guy. But now he's like this gutted soul. And even when we were in Scientology, we used to all say, it's a sad story to see something like that. So now when the BBC happened, you made up all your videos and sent them out thinking, oh, we're really going to nail the BBC, which is like, Duh, they're only the biggest media organization in the world, and it absolutely backfired. People, journalists all around the world called me and said, we've been out of the picture. We know Scientology. We've never said anything because of all their legal things years ago where nobody would talk out. But now we're gonna, because of what happened to John Sweeney. And it's going to be the same with Anonymous. People are people. We have rights, Scientology, and they have a right to peacefully picket. They have a right to do what they're doing, okay? If someone did do something wrong, that person, yes, should be held responsible. But for the people, you can't say that, the anonymous bomb threats, give me a break. You sent me out to open up those phony accounts with always the money order and always the phone card, so nobody could ever trace it back to Scientology. So we know you do that kind of stuff. So if there's ever going to be any of this, they did that, I want to tell you something, honey. You guys better have a person that you can actually pin that to. And it better be a name and an address and a phone number of a real person. Because if you try to do this phony ID thing, you're going to be in deep trouble, okay? And I don't mean deep trouble from me. I mean you're going to show what mafia-like kind of people you are. Because that's disgusting, okay? And I don't think most of these people did that. I think you guys made up most of this stuff yourselves, and now you're going to put it on video and send it out to the media and everybody else, and so are we. We're going to tell the media too, because this is not okay. We have a right, and I say we meaning anybody, any person, any public person. We are part of the United States of America, and the rest of the world, they have their rights, but we definitely here in America have the right to peacefully picket. And you don't have a right to start just sliming people because they are, okay? So for everyone that's in Anonymous, the critics already know this, we SPs know this, watch your back, okay? Because they're watching yours. You can count on it. If for some reason you really have a thing where you shouldn't ever be known, then first of all, I'd say change your outfit. Don't wear a mask, wear face paint, wear hair, a wig. One guy came the other day, it was great. He had on a wig and a hat. You would never know who he was. But I will tell you this is what they're good at. I mean, this is what shows what kind of a church they are. Because what is the best thing Scientology does? They can't really make operating thetans. That doesn't work, we know that. They haven't been able to help anybody in years. But what can they do? They can do that mafia-like stuff real good. They're real good at this. So, that's okay. We've got our rights. We've got the right. Just know your laws, like I said. Know your state laws, know your federal laws, and go along with those, okay? And do what's right. Do you see what I mean? If you do unto others as you would have them do unto you, you're going to be fine. You know what I mean? Because, really think about it. Would you want someone to do that to you? Nah. Okay, then don't do it. But Scientology breaking up families? Absolutely. I think we have every right to say, come on, snap out of it. Stopping children from talking to their parents, which is our next picket. Okay? Stop breaking up husbands and wives. Okay? Those aren't good things. Stop trying to stop free speech on the internet. That's not a good thing. Stop medical abuse. That's not a good thing. Okay? Those are abuses that we can stand up for always and feel good about and feel proud about. And to everyone who came up and did picket, good job. Okay? I'm really happy about it. We're going to have another one in April. It's going to be really cool. So, there you go. We'll talk to you soon. I'm fine, just so you know, for anybody, I did trip, but I'm fine, and here's my little hand, but it should be fine by Monday, he said. He's pretty sure it's just a big sprain, and this is just to protect it until we're sure that it's fine. Okay? So, all right, take care, and continue on. All right.